Oh, hello. Caught me by off guard. This jacket is getting hot right now. I have to realize it's kind of warm in here in Massachusetts. I think it's 60 degrees something. So let me explain this too, okay? I got out of high school and I got into college and I got into work and I got to working at night and got to being very depressed, seeing the therapist. And I got the bell bottoms and the shoes and all that stuff. Let me get this out of the way so I can get my jacket off. It's killing me. Anyway, as you can see, I'm not going to give away too much information. I used to be a letterman, and when you have a letterman jacket, you know, you get letters and things. Um, I played sports. Was probably, I don't know, one quarter, 35% a sports guy. I'm not really big into sports, but it was a nice thing to do. It's kind of social, and you get to go on cool trips to other places. And when you get to hang out with the guys, funny things happen. Like, you go to McDonald's and, you know, an example is, well, this is not a sports thing, but, you know, when guys get together and you do things, like you have a birthday party, like I had a birthday party, my parents, we had a snowmobile and we had a dog sled that we hooked up to the back of us, and, I don't know, what did I have? 8 or 9 of my friends over, so everybody got jammed on the sled, and we were like, you know, we were smaller back then, we were just grade school kind of kids, and we had 2 kids on the back with me in the snowmobile. I was driving, and funny things would happen when you go over bumps and things. And so we had 2 guys who were up on the back of this, right on the tail end. And you know, you get bumps and things that happen, and it swerves around and does stuff. I think sometimes, I don't even remember if the dog slid like flipped or slid on the side, but you get to the point where you'd be laughing your ass off, and it was really hilarious. Um, there was one poor guy. 2 of them at the end were laughing so hard that one of them actually peed in his pants. I can say his first name because you don't know who he is, but Little John. He's a little guy. He's not very tall. He's kind of short at the time. He laughed his ass off so much that he peed in his pants. Poor John. I think his friend Paul was behind him too, or close to him. Paul almost peed in his pants too, but it was hilarious. I got a huge kick. This was the big thing with my birthday party, is everybody got a huge laugh and a kick out of John peeing in his pants. But it was a lot of fun. That was probably the best birthday party I ever had. Poor John had to pee in his pants. Maybe that's the how do you describe it? That's the thing that makes the party so good. Somebody has to pee in their pants. There you go. Alright, back to the subject. Now I'm going to take my jacket off. Wait, I want to show you my letters. This is Pet Band. I played in the band for so many years. I played in a jazz band. I played a tenor saxophone. And we played at all the basketball games. That was the Pet Band stuff. And it has my American moments. My name is Skolto. You can maybe refer to me as such. That's my Japanese name. This is the back of the jacket. Let me get it straight. You can see my town's name, and the V is my letter. And the letter I got is from playing tennis. Now, to tell that to people, you know, they would say, hey, you know, are you a good tennis player, or you want to play? And like, no, I'm not interested in playing tennis. Quite honestly, I wasn't the best tennis player, but it was a nice thing to kind of get out and enjoy things and see part of the world. It was okay. The DJ I told you about, I'm just glancing over, I have something in my book bag. He actually did exist. I have a picture. Unfortunately, he's dead now. He passed away, I think, in 2003 of lymphoma, cancer, and he's a very cool guy. But I'm hanging on to this picture for the rest of my life. I might do I'm getting upset. I might do a video on Vinnie Peruzzi. He's very special. I'm not stopping the video. There's so much to say. Quite honestly, I think the disco music he played in his show saved my life. I'm sorry. You have to know that when you work so hard during the week, you're trying to hold things down, you hate your job, everything's thrown out of whack. You have no control. You feel like you have no control. It's hard to find a new job because my field is very specialized. But a place with good benefits. Yes. It's not easy. In the laboratory I worked at was a good laboratory to get benefits, but it was a very difficult time for me when I had to be there. I think most people who like disco would probably say that they really do live for the Friday and Saturday nights that the club's open. And I was one of those people. Quite honestly, even though there were bad things going on in my life that I wasn't happy with, and it was very difficult, the times I get to go to the club were just incredible. And I not only went to one club, but I went to anywhere as Vinny played. We had a club out, I think it's still there, Quincy. It's an outdoor club called Waterworks. I think it's still there, it's still open. They have palm trees and it's quite nice. You play there. You play at a few places in Boston, downtown, right in downtown, the business district. You have boat cruises. I went to quite a few of them at the time. And that was the bomb. So many people would show up. Hundreds and hundreds of people. So many people that you really didn't have a lot of room on the boat to dance. There's so many cool people, regular people. I think maybe I was one of the few that kind of dressed up to things. Most of the gigs that I went to, I kind of kept things low-key, but I didn't really present as a woman at that time or do anything similar to that. I did that later when I went to a club called Polyesters. Stars. It's part of the Boston accent, Polyesters, not polyesters. And that was a club that existed years ago. People will know of it, it's been around for a long time. Now it's gone. It was probably gone the spring of the following year, or early summer, when it started to go to boat cruises again. And when I got to see that building torn down, it broke my heart. It was probably the only classic discotheque that was around in Boston at the time, with a floor that would light up and these cages up on the top that had mini disco floors that light up. It was a lot of fun. I'll never forget those days. They're with me forever. I wrote a few comments about this, and it was a lot of fun. I never danced with so many women in my life. I don't know if I'll go back to the clubs again. Maybe someday I will. Time again, yeah. I have a story to say. I won't be so upset on the next one. I suppose I can compose myself.